Search for Truth 2, Lesson 7, Chart 6. A new day dawns for man. Joseph of Arimathea was a wealthy man and member of the Sanhedrin. Only a man of prestige could have retrieved the Lord's body. Not even his own disciples dared try. Joseph and Nicodemus courageously showed their reverence by preparing Christ for burial. Jewish burial customs prescribed at least 3 layers of white linen strips be repeatedly wound around the corpse. Between each linen layer was aloe spices mixed with gummy myrrh. About 100 pounds of spices were used on Christ's body. See John 19:39. The combination of the numerous linen strips with the glue-like myrrh provided a shroud encasement similar to papier-mâché, weighing approximately 120 pounds. Such a custom-made shroud would be extremely difficult to remove. The body was then placed on a shelf or recess hewn in the walls of the tomb. Joseph and Nicodemus closed the tomb entrance with a large stone. Engineers estimate that the entrance would require a stone 1.5 to 2 tons. It had been held in place with a wedge as it rested in a groove or a trench sloping toward the entrance. Once the wedge was removed, the heavy rock eased into position. The governor ordered soldiers to watch. With guards as witnesses, the tomb was closed with the Roman seal. Before daybreak the next morning, approaching the tomb, the women questioned what to do with the heavy stone. But as they came closer, they noticed it was gone. Beholding 2 angels, the women were terror-stricken. "Fear not," comforted the heavenly visitor. "He is not here, for he is risen. Come, see the place where the Lord lay." John outran Peter to the tomb. Leaning inside, they saw an amazing sight. They saw undisturbed grave clothes, like a hollow caterpillar cocoon. Mary Magdalene returned to the tomb weeping. A single word, "Mary," brought her to his feet. The resurrected Lord had appeared first to her. However, she could not touch him. At that moment, he was taking his righteous blood to heaven's mercy seat, thereby legalizing man's redemption. The trembling guards were told to report that while they slept, Christ's disciples came by night and stole the body away. Pitiful as that story was, the soldiers followed instructions and spread the word about their lack of valor in guarding the tomb. Living proofs. The accounts were circulated and recorded by the original eyewitnesses. Peter, who had viewed the empty grave clothes on resurrection morning, dismissed any possibilities of myth, assuring his readers that he saw it happen. 2 Peter 1:16 says, "For we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty." At least 15 different post-resurrection appearances were witnesses by Christ's followers. Paul related that around AD 56, almost 500 first-hand eyewitnesses were still alive. See 1 Corinthians 15:6. Something had happened for the course of history to be changed from BC, or before Christ, to AD, the Latin Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. What notable event could change the world calendar? Could the early church have survived for a single day in its hostile surroundings had Christ not risen from the dead? The resurrection could not have been maintained in Jerusalem had the tomb not been empty. All Jewish authority had to do was produce the body, and the disciples would have been silenced forever. Rather, they forcibly brought the apostles before their council and threatened them with death unless they ceased preaching a risen Christ. The Jews were powerless to produce Christ's body. Their threats acknowledged that he was indeed risen.